On to this now. If the ANC continues to zigzag on e-tolls, it will be punished at the 2021 elections. These are the threats from Cosatu. It promises to mobilise Gauteng residents. Cosatu, in Gauteng's provincial chairperson, that's Amos Monyela, is in studio with me this morning. Mr. Monyela, thank you very much for your time. Your statement, are we meant to read a preemptive strike from you that the e-tolls are here to stay?
Good morning, Koli, as well as your viewers. You're correct. There is an imminent strike on this issue. Like we are saying, we are mobilizing society, we are mobilizing business, we are mobilizing taxi industries, we are mobilizing non-governmental organizations to close all the toll roads in Gauteng.
Are you saying that an announcement will be made soon that e-tolls are staying?
Yes. What we heard is that they are supposed to have made an announcement today. They've postponed by a week. Remember, they said they must consult. We have not been consulted. They came to consult and say we are starting with consultation. We never had any meaningful consultation with the Minister of Transport. We're still waiting for him to come and consult us and tell us what is their proposal on the e-tolls. We're still waiting. So that's why they're zigzagging. They can't announce something when they've not consulted properly. You'll remember that even when they started with the e-tolls, they never consulted properly. We're here with Pulemab, and then we've quoted one woman who was saying consultation was just a mess. So that's where it is now. It's a mess of 8 years. It's still a mess today.
The ANC's Pulemab, the very man you're talking about, was here earlier this week, and he spoke to us about the importance of a user pay principle. The culture of payment has got to be something that is ingrained in the minds of South Africans. In your view, the ANC, why has it changed its mind? Because not long ago, just before the elections in May, David Makhura led a strike. You remind us, because you were part of that strike, remind us what the ANC in Gauteng was telling residents then.
Well, first and foremost, the ANC took a resolution that e-toll is not an alternative in South Africa, in Gauteng for that matter. So therefore, when they were marching early this year, we said, thank God the ANC is now beginning to realize that the e-toll is just a nightmare. And when we were campaigning, we said, no, the e-toll does not have space here. So we are wondering as to what has changed now that people are in power, so therefore they can't pronounce properly on what they've pronounced earlier before the elections.
How should Gauteng residents react to the Premier of the province when he says something, whether he says it in his capacity as Premier or whether he says it in his capacity as Chairman of the ANC in this province? Talk to us about his credibility given the somersaulting that you're talking about that he's done, and also importantly, the Alliance met last week and they only came out with a statement yesterday. Was this issue of the e-tolls discussed at all at that meeting?
Well, from the Alliance Political Council, when I checked, it was not discussed. But then in terms of Makhura, you'll remember that these roads are not provincial roads. These are national roads. So Makhura can make a pronouncement, but the national government must then come to the party. So we just have to give a man a break that is trying his utmost best to make sure that the e-tolls are not in Gauteng. But the national government, Treasury, the Minister of Transport, and the President himself are not pronouncing properly on this thing. We will remember that the President, when he was still the Deputy President, was given a task to deal with the issue of e-tolls. So those are the things that you cannot deal with this thing forever. So there must be a solution for the e-tolls. If they don't announce anytime soon, so there will be crisis. So the people of Gauteng have demonstrated since 2014. In our statement, we are making a point that the ANC have shared 12% votes, and amongst the reason for shedding those percentages is because of the e-tolls. They might be not much, but then they are making a dent into the ANC. As we are speaking now, the ANC is sitting on 50.01%. So you can see, so it does not need the rocket science that if you go to the next poll, if the e-tolls are still here, the people are going to then speak. The people are silently speaking to the ANC.
Mr. Monyela, thank you very much for your time. Very dire warning there to the ANC. He is the Cosatu Gauteng provincial chairperson.